looking to see how heavy those horns are. They only kind of bobble their head as they go. They were bred for their horns as well as their milk. Now the scimitar horned oryx is a light colored coat. It lives right in the edge, sometimes in the desert, but only in the wet season. Certainly with the halo.
Oh, the big balloon's still up there. Oh my god.
So that's another animal group.
Whoa.
Breeding natural place for them. They spend the mornings and the late evenings at the water's edge, eating the grass that grows there. There's protein-rich grass. But in the middle of the day, they want to seek out shade so they can rest and hide and ruminate. So if you look by the tail, there's a white circle. It's called a Ptolemy mark. When they're migrating from water's edge to woodland, they're out in the open. So you want to have some kind of marking that you can follow so you stay together. That's a little bit safer when you're in a herd and out in the open. There's no one to hide, nothing to hide behind, so hide behind your friends. We'll be gone for about 25 or 30 minutes, depending on what we see out there. I do need to go over a few safety rules, just to make sure everyone gets back okay, and I'll need everyone to stay seated whenever we're moving. Whenever I come to a complete stop, which I'll be doing several times along the tour, you're welcome to stand up and get a better view. Just keep in mind, I will need you to sit back down. To pull forward from that stop again. As a courtesy to the guests around you, please don't use your cell phone during the tour. If anyone has a medical emergency, if you're seated in the first cab directly behind me, you can get my attention through the back window. Those of you a little farther back, we do have some emergency strips located just above the doors along the sides of the vehicle. Those are yellow strips. To operate them, you do need to push them and hold them down for a few seconds. It'll give me a signal up here, then I will stop the vehicle and come back and assess the situation. Also, you don't want to lose anything over the sides. I'm not allowed to stop and pick anything up that you might drop. So do your best to not drop anything over the sides, but if you do drop something, you can let me know at the end of the tour. Now directly to my right, there is a log with a fork in the end. Just behind that fork, we have some cheetahs lying down in the shade.
Cheetahs?
Now if I stop right here, you guys in the back would be able to see them, so I'm just going to creep slowly forward. Hopefully everyone will get a chance to see these big, beautiful cats. One of my personal favorites. They're, of course, the fastest land animals. They can get going at about 70 miles per hour for a few seconds. They're not going to be running for that long. In fact, they don't really run unless they need to. It does burn a lot of calories and heat up their bodies with all that friction. They can actually overheat themselves if they run for more than 1,000 feet at that speed. After their sprint, they have to rest for 30 minutes to fully recover and cool down. They're pretty shy animals. These ones were hand-raised so they could be used to people. Otherwise, they'd kind of be scared of them. They're bigger than their prey. They don't go after anything larger than themselves. Sometimes if they catch an animal, like for instance on your left-hand side by the termite mound is a Thompson's gazelle, perfect size for the cheetah. If it caught that Thompson's gazelle and then a lion or a hyena, or even sometimes another cat came over, it would give up its kill because it can't really fight anything larger than itself. Cheetahs have spots. Spots help to break up your body's outline and camouflage you when you're in tall grass. It's a lot harder to recognize an object or an animal when you can't really trace the outline with their eyes. They're found in grasslands. So are both the antelopes on the left-hand side, the Thompson's gazelle, and those fringe-eared oryx, the larger ones. Way too big for the cheetah. There's some more Thompson's gazelle lying down. If you look to the right of the road in the grass in the little valley between the hills, you'll see them between the boulders there. The tan portion on the top is all you see when they're lying down, and it does camouflage them in the grassland. Now those little guys are very fast as well, of course not as fast as the cheetah. So what they try to do to get away from that big cat is turn and change directions really quickly to try to outmaneuver it. Another way that they can kind of keep a heads up on what the cheetah's doing is by being right across from it over there. That's called a flight distance. Close enough to see it, far enough away with two horns on the end of its nose. And she will defend her calf. More blurry. So she'll use her ears and her nose to sense danger. Black rhinos are not that social. Usually have a mom and baby together, and that's about it. They live in places where there are trees, bushes, and they do eat these. And that does help hide them. They don't need to have their... Sorry, Amari. Sorry, chewing his head. These guys, their father was 18 feet tall, so that's how tall they can potentially get. Babies want to grow up really rapidly. Adults, not so much danger from predators, but babies need to watch out. So they're born at about 5.5 to 6 feet tall, and then they almost double their height the first year out of the breed. But these are coats kind of nice and shaggy. They do oil in their fur. If they're being chased by a predator, they rush into the water. They're good swimmers, and they can hang out there as long as they need to. Look at the wildebeest. Looks like they're using their horns to spar right now. Back by the water's edge. That's how they get on their knees. And then they can flex their horns. Their horns curve inwards as they get into those curves up to 1 million feet of water. Just kind of want your horns out of the way so you don't poke each other and injure each other. But wildebeest do fight for many different reasons. You know, dominance, food, water, and also positioning in that giant herd, because the center ones, the ones in the center, are the safest. The ones on the outside are more vulnerable. So you want to be in that safest center position. Males and females that look identical. That way the dominant male can't kick out the juvenile male. Can't tell them apart from the girl. Same thing with these jets back here. Those ones are straight.
All the way over there.
Identical. That's more so that they have a real chance of food and water. That's what they fight over. There's some little sandy colored babies at the feeders to the left. But I want you to take a careful look at the inside of the ears of the gets back. There's a couple black eye spots inside their ears. They realize that they're on the sides of their heads, just like every other animal that we consider a prey animal. They're hidden by that black stripe. So those false eyes that are on the inside of their ears, when they have the ears straight out, they face forward to mimic a predator. Gemsbok live in the Kalahari, and sometimes they'll go into the desert to get away from lions. They can stand very high into about 11 feet in range. But eventually,
Like one of them is doing tiny little splits. Can you see it? Yeah. I know his back legs
Take
go
a
like
food up
this.
the hill, bring it back. By the tail is a white diamond, makes for a great fallen mark. They want to stick together. So you can stay out of that shape way. Camouflage on the top part of their nose. Now these cave buffalo here do not camouflage at all. They're almost black. But they're big enough that they can hold their own, especially if they group together, which they will mob even the most dangerous of predators like the lions. One of the only animals that's successfully elusive, very, very protective. They don't really ask questions, they just go and attack. Like I said, it's warm right now. It's starting to get sunny. That dark coat is absorbing that light, making it hot. These animals right under the trees, these tan Patterson Zealand, also need to worry about overheating. If you look on the bottom part of their neck, they have a flap of skin that increases their surface area called a flap. I want you to look on the back sides of their front legs. Do you see their black bar?
Ostrich. No, that's an emu.
The eland is located.
That's an emu.
They're kind of a neutral brown. They do live in a wide variety of habitat types. These giant birds out here, you should know these are ostriches. Biggest birds. They're up to 9 feet tall. They are too heavy to fly, so they need to use their legs to go anywhere. Very muscular, powerful running legs. They can run 40 miles per hour for 30 minutes. You know, painful kick. Now at 9 feet with good eyesight, you're going to be able to stick for a distance.
Together for the wild, the crazy, the ferocious Clifford! Come on, Cliffy! Can you mark up here? Good boy. Clifford here is obviously a domesticated dog, and probably the only animal that you're going to see in today's show that's suitable as a pet. But his story is definitely relevant. He was adopted from the Humane Society. Clifford. Cliffy, Mark, good boy. As a companion animal for our animal ambassadors, our wild animal ambassadors. And he acts as a big brother and a calming effect for those guys. So maybe you'll see some of the animals that Clifford helped raise in today's show. Go to! Give it up for Clifford, our domesticated dog. All right, well, I think it's now time that we introduce the two brave volunteers that have come forward to help us with our game today. Audience, please give it up for, we have Sarah and then we have Rachel. Did I say that right? Come on down. Cross between Rachel and Michelle, I was told, right? All right. Well, welcome, Rachel. Where are you visiting from?
Northern California.
So have you been to the Wild Animal Park before?
No.
Oh, okay, first time visitor. What do you think so far? You having a good time?
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool.
Good. What's your favorite thing thus far that you've seen? The Animal Tracker Show?
I like the safari ride.
Safari ride. Definitely a good time. All right, well, thanks for helping us with our game today. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Are you also visiting from Northern California?
I am. We are sisters.
Some healthy family competition today, folks. It's going to be a fun game. Now, have you been to the Wild Animal Park before?
No, ma'am.
We have two first-time visitors here. We appreciate all of our guests from our first-time visitors. To our members, are there any of you folks out there today? Very nice. I want to thank you for your continued support. And if you didn't realize, you can actually apply today's admission prices towards a membership for you or your family. Just a little shameless plug there for you folks. All right, now that we have our contestants, I think it's about time we find out how to play animal trackers. It's really quite simple. There's going to be 5 rounds to our game today. For each round, 3 answer choices will appear on the big screen behind us. I will then read you a clue. And I'll hopefully help you figure out what the right answer is. If you think you know at any point in time, you can buzz in by pushing the white buttons on your podium. And have both of you practice those and make sure they're working. Definitely are. Good job. You guys are excellent button pushers. Now, if neither of you buzz in or you give me the incorrect answer, you'll have to sit down so I can get a better contestant. No, I'm just kidding, of course. I'll give you a second clue. If you do get it right, you win one of these glittery gold stars, and the entire audience gets to meet the animal ambassador that represents that round. If neither of you come up with the right answer, no gold stars, but we're still not going to penalize the audience. We'll bring out that animal ambassador. Make sense? All right, not too difficult. Well, I think it's about time we get started and have some fun with round number 1. All right, your answer choices for round 1 include the warthog, the wildebeest, or the Cape buffalo. Clue number 1. They are well adapted to withstand head-to-head collisions during... Oh, Sarah doesn't think she needs the whole clue. Well, let's see.
Cape buffalo.
Cape buffalo, she says with confidence. Board, is it the Cape buffalo? Oh, it is
Wildebeest.
not.
I know.
Well, I really appreciate your confidence in our training abilities to bring out one of the most aggressive species out here. I will read you a second clue. All right. These animals live in groups called sounders. Rachel.
The warthog.
The warthog. Audience, what do you think? Yeah, all right.
Maybe.
Everyone but this little guy here in the green agrees with you. Oh, I see. Oh, it's much love there in the family, right? All right. Can I see warthog? Oh, Mom is always right. Good job. And as promised, here comes our very handsome warthog. This is Bubba.
Hello, warthog.
Oh, he is so handsome. Only a face a trainer could love, I suppose. Now, these animals are found pretty widespread throughout Africa, Africa, and they're very social. They do live in groups that we call sounders. They're also highly intelligent animals. Pigs are considered one of the top 5 most intelligent animals on the planet, as he's demonstrating some of all the different behaviors that he knows. Now, you have a good view of those tusks right there. He has 2 sets, an upper and a lower. Those upper ones can actually get 1.5 to 2 feet on either side of their face when they're full grown. The bottom ones are razor sharp, and they use those to help defend themselves from predators as well as when they're fighting each other for breeding rights and dominance status. Now Bubba here is still growing. He's only a little over 100 pounds, but as a full-grown male warthog, he could get up to 300 pounds. Well, quite a big animal. Now they are called warthogs because of these protrusions that they have on the sides of their face. They're not warts, they're just cushions that help protect their heads when they are fighting. That behavior you just saw Bubba do right there, that's a natural foraging behavior for the warthog. They have the longest legs in proportion to their body of any pig species. So in order to get their sniffer down to the ground to find food, that's a natural behavior for them. They even have calluses on that joint to help protect them when they are moving around in that position. Now luckily the warthog is not an endangered species. In fact, their numbers are doing quite well. They do have a lot of predators in the savannas of Africa that they have to contend with, but they reproduce quite frequently and are doing very well, and we're very proud to have such a cool, smart animal here. And you folks, if you come back to the Wild Animal Park, you can come back and see Bubba, probably a lot bigger than he is right now. Thanks so much, Bubba. And his trainer Mike. Oh, he's such a cutie pie. All right, Rochelle, you have earned yourself the very first gold star of the game. Audience, give her a hand. Very nicely done. Don't worry, Sarah, that we have 4 other rounds for you to get on the board. And let's move right along to round number 2. Answer choices include the okapi, the rock hyrax, or the mangrove snake.
Never heard of them.
Clue number 1. They need very little water to survive.
Rock?
I'm not so sure about this one. We're gonna wait for a second clue. All right, clue number 2. They live among the rocky cliffs of Audience, who buzzed in first? Sarah? All right, let's give it to Sarah this time. What do you think it is?
The rock hyrax.
The rock hyrax. I wonder what gave it away. Board, can I see rock hyrax? Very good. Rocky cliffs. They are the rock hyrax. Please
And the rock hyrax right there.
our rock hyrax. This is Pimpy. Not many folks have ever heard of rock hyraxes, so don't feel bad if you haven't either. Most of the time when people see them for the first time, they say to me they look like a gopher or maybe some sort of smaller rodent species. But folks, believe it or not, you are actually looking at the closest living relative to the elephant. That's shocking, isn't it? Back in the day, the rock hyrax, the elephant, as well as the manatee shared a common ancestor. So in modern times, they have lots of similarities. For example, Bimby here has a very similar foot structure to the elephant. He has 4 hoof-like nails on his front feet there. As you walk around, you can take a look at that. They also have similar dentition, or their teeth structure. Tooth structure? Very similar. They have tusks in their mouths, just like an elephant. They interlock. They also have a very long gestation period. If we were talking about a rodent species, they wouldn't be pregnant for much longer than a month. The rock hyrax here, 6 to 7 months long. It was thought back in the day they were the size of oxen, which explains that long gestation period. Now, rock hyraxes are found in a particular habitat called copies, which are rock outcroppings in Africa and Arabia. And they have lots of adaptations to help them be successful in that environment, mainly their foot structure. I'm going to ask that you folks don't run up towards him. He's going to get a little nervous. We want to make sure we stay nice and seated for Pimpy to feel relaxed and comfortable. He is a small little guy. Now that foot structure is very soft, and it also secretes a sweat-like substance that helps him grip onto his rocky habitat environment. They also have wiry guard hairs all over their bodies that helps them feel whether or not they can fit into these tight crevices in those copies. They also have lots of different vocalizations that they can use to communicate with each other, over 20, and they alert each other of danger. Number one predator for these guys, birds of prey. They have actually a film that can go over their eyes to help protect their pupils when searching in the sky for those predators. Now luckily, the rock hyrax is also not an endangered species, but of course being a smaller animal, they have lots of predators and habitat encroachment and loss is always an issue for African species. But hopefully you folks enjoyed seeing a really cool, unique animal like this rock hyrax here. Thank you, Leslie and Kimmy, our rock hyrax. All right, we've got some business to attend to. Sarah, on the board, gold star. And we have a tied game. Hey, isn't that your aunt? We have a tied game going on to round number 3. All right, your answer choices include the olive baboon, the military macaw, or the zebra. Clue number 1. Their color allows them to camouflage. Oh, Rachel, not waiting for the rest of the clue.
The military macaw.
The military macaw. What do you think, audience? Was it a smart move to be risky there? No, yes? They're mixed. I was going to finish in the rainforest environment. Can I see military macaw? Very nicely done, Rochelle. Wow. All right, folks, please welcome our military macaw. This is Mango and his trainer, Shannon.
Hi, folks. I have a very brave volunteer that's going to help us out today, and her name is Maddie. Come on now, Maddie. Now, here's the thing. She has no idea what she's volunteering for, so you have to be a supportive crowd out there, because we didn't tell her. We're going to play a math
Right over here,
game.
sweetie.
Math game. It's kind of a little bit scary, especially for all those adults out there. But hey, Mango, can you say hello? Hello. Very nice. We got to turn that on so everybody can hear it. And you know what, Maddie? Can you say hello too? One more time.
Hello.
There you go. She's a very well-trained parrot, and they go well, yeah. Well, Maddie, you had no idea what you're getting into, right? No, she says shy and nervously. Well, here's the thing. Parrots are super intelligent animals. They're one of the 5 most intelligent animals out there. And what better way to show off their intelligence than a math game? Are you good at math?
Oh, let me
That's
answer.
not the answer.
Let me go,
She's
let me
not
go.
very confident, Mango. That's
go.
one for us, huh? Are you so excited? Yeah, you're
Let me go.
Super simple. I'm going to give you a math problem. If you answer it first, you win. If she answers it first, she wins. Okay.
She's gonna lose.
You're gonna have to be a little bit bolder than that. Okay. Are you ready? We start off super simple and we get a little bit harder. You ready? What's 1 plus 3? Maddie, did you understand the rules of the game? We say the answer into the microphone. Are you ready? Did you know the answer? But Mango was faster, wasn't she? All right, come on. We'll give you a little bit of head start. You ready, Mango? You like division?
No.
This is a good start for us, Mango. All right, we won't do division. How about subtraction?
Sure.
What are you good at, Maddie? Here we go. We do a subtraction. What's 7 minus 3? Maddie, I thought you said you knew some math problems. Are you noticing any similarities between these 2 answers? She's getting more shy and nervous as the show goes on. Okay, Maddie, all I said was you have to talk to these nice folks. They're pretty nice out there. Don't worry about it. We'll give you one more problem. Super simple. What's 1 plus 2? You know what, Mango? You rock at this game. She is a superstar. She does do this pretty much every day. But Maddie, you might want to go home and work on those math problems. No, I'm just kidding. Don't worry about it. Mango really doesn't know math. But here's the thing, everybody thinks that parrots just mimic or repeat. So if I say, can you say hello? Very nice, that's pretty good, right? But she also has the ability to pair and associate, which means if I give her the word 2, we always like it when she cues herself. You ready? If I give her the word 2, if I give her the word 3, so it really has nothing to do with the math problem at all. So if I said 1,000,005 minus 2, that's not really the answer, is it? No, but you know, so you're a super smart, most intelligent animal. You don't have to worry about your math problems. And being such a good sport, here's your very own sunflower seed. Just kidding, give that back to me and you go ahead. And Larissa has an even better prize for you. Thanks, Maddie.
Maddie. Good job, everyone. Give her a round of applause for being such a good sport. study up those math skills. What do you think? Good job, Maddie. You can go join your family. That was military macaw mango. Very nicely done.
Who's winning?
All right, let's move on
Rachel.
to the next round. All right, your answer choices for this round include the roughneck monitor, the red panda, or the Komodo dragon.
Komodo dragon.
Oh, you're right, she does. I forgot to award the gold star. There you go. Good job, Rochelle.
Sportsmanship, man. It's all over the map.
Yes, good sportsmanship. All right, clue number 1. This shy Asian animal
Red panda.
is rarely seen in its rainforest and mangrove swamp habitats.
Red panda.
Red panda. She's very confident. Audience, what do you think?
Yeah.
All right, they're behind you. Can I see a red panda? Oh, no, I can't. Red pandas are found in the swamps there, Sarah, but I got a second clue for you. Clue number 2. This tree-dwelling species uses its long claws to climb up into the trees
Roughneck
to
monitor.
feast on spiders, insects, and birds.
Roughneck.
Komodo dragon.
The Komodo dragon. Can I see a Komodo dragon? Oh, audience, what was it? You're about to find out, Sarah. Please welcome our handsome roughneck monitor. This is
Whoa.
Tarzan.
Tarzan. Dude.
The roughneck monitors are found in the swampy areas of Southeast Asia, and they grow to be about 4 to 5 feet long at full length. Now, they belong to a family of lizards called the Varanidae family. The Komodo dragon, incidentally, is part of that family. And all monitors are carnivorous, meaning they only eat meat. So in their environment, they're going to feast on
It's all the Komodo dragon was
insects,
right, and they bring out a
spiders,
Komodo
crabs,
dragon.
small mammals
They
that
can
you
bring out
find near those waterways. Now, roughneck monitors are also excellent climbers. They have really sharp claws. You see those long gloves that help protect Leslie from those sharp claws. He's not being rude. He's sticking his tongue out to smell you, actually. They use the specialized organ in the roof of their mouths called the Jacobson's organ. He grabs air particles with that tongue, and he's able to detect what direction food might be in. It's actually forked, so he can go right, or know which way to go right or left. Not only are they excellent climbers, but they also are very good swimmers, and they really enjoy the water. They actually will seal their nostrils off so they can go and dive underwater in those habitats. Monitors are also ectothermic. They have to rely on the outside temperature to keep their metabolism going. They can't regulate their body temperature like we can. We're a constant temperature of 98.6 degrees. If it's too hot, he needs to seek shade and shelter from the sun. If it's too cold, he has to bask in the sun to increase his body temperature. They also require a full spectrum of UV light in order to get all of the vitamins and minerals in their diet metabolized properly. Now, unfortunately, not much is known about the roughneck monitor in the wild. We're not quite sure if they're an endangered species or if they're actually common and very well camouflaged. We just don't know. There hasn't been enough research done. But regardless, they're a really cool, unique animal, and we're happy to share Tarzan with you, with his trainer Leslie, today on our stage at Animal Trackers. Thank you so much, Tarzan. All right. No star for this round, huh? That goes to the audience. How about that? Good job, guys. All right, so we have a score now of 2-1 as we enter into our last and final round, round number 5.
She can't win.
Answer choices are the gorilla, the serval, or the snow leopard.
Snow leopard.
So Sarah, just to recap things, you can tie the game, or you can go home in shame. No, just kidding. No pressure. All right. Clue number 1. This African mammal continues to be poached for its fur coat. Oh, Sarah with the quick buzz-in. What do you think?
Serval.
The serval, she says. Audience, what do you think about that answer?
No.
Half and half there. Well, let's find out for baby cheetah. They have very similar markings. But indeed, they're a separate species, just a smaller cat. Zuri here is full grown. She's 6. They live to be about 15 to 20 years in captivity.
You got it.
Very agile as well. She's going to demonstrate some of her leaping abilities. 8 to 10 vertical feet in the air with one of our favorite toys here. But what they're really known for in the wild is their ability to hunt rodents. This is a rodent specialist. There's a particular rodent in Africa they're fond of called the naked mole rat. And they have long, slender limbs that help them reach down into those burrows to flush the mole rats out. What else do you notice about the serval on their head, more specifically? The ears, the huge ears. They have the largest ears in proportion to their body of any other cat species. What do they use those ears for? To hear the high frequency sounds. Very nicely done there, Zuri. The high frequency sounds that those mole rats emit underground. So very skilled rodent hunters. But as you can see, they also leap very well, and they will on occasion grab birds out of the sky or hunt different types of reptiles in their environment. Now they're crepuscular, meaning that they're going to be active mainly during dawn and dusk hours. They want to avoid those larger predators at night, as well as hunting during the hot midday hours. During the rest of the time, they're going to stay hidden using their coat to help them camouflage. And in the tall grasses, those spots and stripes help mimic shadow patterns. Unfortunately, though, for the serval, human beings have taken quite a liking to their fur coat as well, and they are poached. It can take up to 60 to 70 individual servals to make a single coat for a human being. We here at Animal Trackers definitely think the fur looks nicest on its original owner, and we're hoping that through education we can make changes in that regard. Fortunately, though, they are very easily bred in captivity. Zuri here is a testament to that, born right here at the Wild Animal Park. That's going to wrap things up for Zuri, our African serval. Thank you, Shannon. You guys going to hang out for a little bit? All right, cool. Sarah, you tied the game. Very nicely done. I like it when it ends in a tie, but I have news for both of you. You've entertained all of us at your own expense. And for that, we owe you a special thank you. Every time our guests make purchases at the Wild Animal Park, in our gift shops, it helps our conservation efforts. So that's a token of our appreciation for you to take home with you. But we are a true game show, and we wouldn't be a true game show if we didn't declare a true winner. So let's look to the board. And the winner is all of you. That's right, folks, each and every one